I still have with me in studio Andy Mashaile, who he is a retired Interpol ambassador. Of course, he's got lots of views on this issue, lots of stuff that they were discussing around what came out of today's hearing. Really a lot of emphasis on political interference, talking about specific cases. For example, the interest that Minister Senzo Mchunu took in the death of a councillor on the 5th of February this year, and going directly to the head of the investigating team or the police there, instead of going to the National Commissioner or even the KZN Police Commissioner to ask what's happening. He went directly there and asked to be kept abreast of this of this case. I mean, that's highly unusual, right?
Highly unusual. Obviously, at that level, you need to engage the senior officer in the province, and the senior officer in any province would be your provincial commissioner. Obviously, having a touch base with the national commissioner, who happens to be a director general of the police department in South Africa. For you, as a minister, to speak to Andy the constable or Andy the warrant officer or the captain or the lieutenant before changing of the ranks and doing all of sorts of things, it's an intimidation. When the minister walks up to me and say, Andy, what's happening with the case? Do you have something that you can show me? You feel that pressure that says you say a lot of things, even things that you are not expected to say. That would be in the reserve of the operations. And yes, that would form part and parcel of interference in the execution of policing functions.
Yeah.
These are some of the things that Ntantam Kwanazi wants us, the public, wants the ordinary Nompumelelo, the ordinary Endi, to feel safe after they have been properly addressed. Remember, we said in the National Development Plan, Chapter 12, we say by 2030, the people of this country should be feeling safe, and they should actually be safe. Now, I don't know how many law enforcement agencies remember that part of that chapter of and that commitment of the National Development Plan that speaks specifically to safety and security, both the feeling as well as the physical safety, and by 2030. This is a step in that direction.
All right, Andy, we're going to leave it there for now. Of course, the Commission will have to, give the people who've been accused of certain things by the General the right of reply. So hopefully we're going to get to hear from Senzo Mchunu himself to be able to speak to the allegations that have been put before the Commission.